Hey guys, I'm Chris, or the Jazz Guy 13 Aviation, and welcome to a very different type of video on the channel in all aspects. While vacationing in the Outer Banks in July of this year, 2020, I decided to take a ride over to the Wright Brothers National Memorial, located here in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, where Wilbur and Orville Wright first flew their famous gliders and eventually the world's first successful powered airplane. This whole place is now a U.S. National Historic Landmark and is operated by the National Park Service. There's multiple different things to see on this property, with the centerpiece being the Kill Devil Hill Memorial Tower, obviously, which is where I'm currently headed. It is a bit of a climb, but shouldn't be too bad for most people. And make no mistake, there's some pretty sweet views up here. Built and dedicated in 1937, this 60-foot monument commemorates the achievement of the Wright brothers' first powered flight. It's located on Kill Devil Hill itself, which was eventually stabilized, but at first was a large sand dune which shifted often, and was used by the brothers to conduct their test flights. It reads around the edge, "In commemoration of the conquest of the air by the brothers Wilbur and Orville Wright, conceived by genius, achieved by dauntless resolution and unconquerable faith." Cool. The next spot worth seeing is just south of Kill Devil Hill, which is a life-size replica of the 1903 Wright Flyer created by Stephen H. Smith. No, not A, H. It is meant to depict the first moment of powered flight, with the various human sculptures around the plane reacting to it. Obviously, being outside, it's meant to withstand the elements, but the park also allows people to touch it and even climb on it if they please. As I went during the C word outbreak, I refrained from doing that, but I was still sure to go up close. Also, if you haven't noticed, the park has a ton of historical signs and boards around, so if you come without a clue about airplanes and how they came to be, you'll be well educated when you leave. I then started to walk up north of Kill Devil Hill to the next destination on the property, which is probably the single most important spot for aviation enthusiasts like myself. And that place is none other than the very spot where powered flight first took off the ground. The date was December 17th, 1903. That is one special rock. At the controls for flight number 1 was Orville Wright. It only lasted a mere 12 seconds and went 120 feet, but that's what started it all. The park also marks the subsequent 3 flights' ending points down the line. You can just read the stats in the pamphlet given to you at the entrance, or you can walk down to each one like I did. The second flight was piloted by Wilbur this time, lasted about 12 seconds and flew roughly 175 feet. The third flight lasting around 15 seconds, flying around 200 feet, piloted by Orville again, and the last flight picking it up to almost a minute in the air, traveling 852 feet with Wilbur at the controls once more. If you are an av geek like myself, you can't help but get just a bit giddy walking this property, seeing that this is where it all started. Nearly 120 years later, and this thing that Orville and Wilbur mastered right here is what connects the entire world together. Last one there. Directly next to the spot of first powered flight are a couple of replicas of the first airplane hangar and the brothers' living quarters. They offer a glimpse of how the Wright brothers would have lived and worked back in 1903 and really the early 1900s. The first flight airport is located right next to the Wright Brothers Memorial, so there's quite a few small planes landing and taking off and flying overhead, as you see. The last area worth going to is the visitor center. Unfortunately, the thing that must not be named ruined my chances of heading inside back in July, but I believe it is now open again as of November. I still couldn't pass it up though, catching a view of the inside through the windows. The visitor center houses a full-size model of the 1902 Brothers glider, along with a portion of the actual engine used in the first flight. There's also various photos and portraits of flight pioneers throughout history, as well as some tools used by the Wright brothers. I really wish I could have gone inside, but there's always next time, I guess. Probably not much more to see anyways than what I'm seeing here from the outside. Last but not least, since the visitor center was closed, the Park Service decided to place some pictures of the Wright brothers' time here at Kill Devil Hill on the inside glass for anyone who wants to see it. Like I said earlier, this is one really special and important place for aviation enthusiasts, but really anyone to come see where human flight first started. The Wright brothers changed the world, and did so in sparking the human interest in aviation, which would eventually see us travel the world with ease and in mere hours. I definitely recommend visiting this place if you're in the area, vacationing here like I am. I mean, you just won't regret it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look around the Wright Brothers National Memorial with me. And as always, catch you on the next one.